Hey everybody, it's Molly, Senior Executive Unit Leader with Avon, and it's pretty late here. It's about 10:30 in the evening, and it is about a day and a half before Thanksgiving, and I just wanted to come out to you and let you all know that from one business person, one person who's trying to live life one day at a time, I wanted to tell you how very thankful I am for probably each and every one of you, those who like to make trouble on the group. Uh, then there's, of course, those who have become very special in my life. But, you know, it took me back to saying, how have I grown in the last year? Um, you have to worry when you stop growing. And I don't just mean in business. I don't just mean now. I mean, in life, period. Um, when you quit growing, you've heard me say you stagnate. And stagnating isn't good. Standing in one place isn't good. And just deciding that you're going to settle in your life is not good. And I believe that with every issue that comes up in your life, with everything that happens to you, whether it's good or whether it's bad, there is always something to be learned from it. There is always something that you can sit back and you can say, what is it that I'm supposed to take away from this? Now, look, sometimes your takeaway is not always good. It's not always the best thing in the world, okay? What that means is sometimes you learn in this business what not to do. You learn in life what not to do or what you don't want to be. I see many people who are on our Onward group who talk about customers and how a customer treats them wrongly or deals with them badly, or maybe their upline talks to them badly, or maybe their district sales manager isn't great, or maybe they don't like the way that I come across sometimes on the group. But this is the deal. If there's something that's going on with you that you don't really like, my deal would be, you know what? Learn what you don't want to be then. Because, see, that's what I do in my life. When somebody is coming across a certain way, or, a customer is, the customer is supposed to be always right, but in the store, yes, it's not always that way. We know that. We deal with them all the time, right? It doesn't feel that way all the time. But we try to find a way to get by it. We don't really want to lose the customer. We don't really want to say goodbye to that $30 or $40 order. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes it's just not worth the stress that it brings into your life. But sometimes if you just handle it a different way, if you just look at it from a different avenue, a different perspective, maybe it doesn't have anything to do with you at all. Maybe it has to do with what's going on in that person's life. Maybe that's the deal. We forget sometimes that people come from a place that either we're not familiar with or that we'd like to forget that we came from ourselves. People always say, Molly, what do you think is the one thing about you that you believe helps you to be successful, not just in your business, but helps you in life? And sometimes it can be a deterrent, but I have to be honest with you. I believe that what allows me my greatest asset to my success is that as much as I would like to forget some of the places I've been, some of the paths my life has gone down, some of the things that I've experienced, the losses that I've had to deal with, as much as I would like to say, let's not talk about that anymore, what I realize is this: not forgetting where I've come from, being able to remember the roads that I've traveled. That it doesn't matter if I'm a senior executive with Avon right now. The point is, there was a time when I wasn't. There was a time when I struggled. There was a time when I would have never thought about being a business owner because, one, I never thought that I could be. That was a joke. I was the one who was meant to work for somebody forever, right? I was the $7.25 an hour chick. And I was the one who always did great. I mean, I always gave them 100%. But I never saw myself as a business owner. And even as an Avon representative, when I started in the beginning, I never viewed that as being a business owner. I was simply making a little bit extra money for a reason that I needed to. So see, looking at myself as a business owner now is completely different than what my thought pattern was then. When you think about customers and how sometimes they're so snarly, right? You know, they're just like, if they could get any nastier, they'd be venom spitting out of their mouth. You're just, "Aye!" I know, I get it. I've had some of those. And I'm here to tell you that sometimes I've had to let go of people like that in my life and people like that in my business. I have had reps on my team that can't stand me. Can you imagine? They don't like me? Really? I'm like, how can that happen? Believe me, it happens. That's okay. You know, I don't want them not to be successful because they don't like me. But if it means that me not being an active part of their business is going to help them move forward, that's okay. I can step back from that. From a customer, I have to wonder how many times has that customer been wronged? I don't just mean with an Avon representative, I just mean in life. See, people just aren't born mean and nasty. People just aren't born with a suck-ass attitude. It's developed over time. And sometimes when you've had a suck-ass attitude, what happens is this. It's a whole lot easier to go back to be that person who has a bad attitude, who wants to always be right, who has their defense mechanism up and nobody's going to tell them what to do. Yeah, you know, everybody's had a little portion of that. Sometimes you have to understand where you're coming from. Got to understand that some people in this life have come through a whole lot worse than maybe what you've come from. No matter what you're going through right now that appears really, really bad, I promise you, there is always one or two people out there who have it worse than you do. See, that's why I'm not always real sympathetic for people who say, oh, Molly, I can't find customers in my business, or, oh, Molly, you don't understand. In my life, I don't have any support. You know, oh, Molly, I don't. Guys, quit it. Quit it. Quit blaming everyone and everything else for what you don't have. You gotta own it. How many times have I said that? You have to own what's going on or not going on in your life and your business. And I know I'm an Avon representative first. And I know I'm a senior executive unit leader. But what has helped me in this business is life and how I deal with it. How are you dealing with it? Are you always dealing with it being the victim? Do you always have to have that mentality that someone's always trying to do you wrong? And it's not do everybody wrong, it's do you wrong. Because God knows it's all about you, right, Cupcake? It's not. But I get falling into that pattern because there are many times, there was a couple of times today, just personally in life today, that I caught myself saying, why always me? But I'm learning to come back and say, it's not always me. I'm probably one of many that this is happening to. But how am I going to deal with it? How am I going to choose not to have a bad day because of it, or at least not have such a suck-ass day, right? I mean, it's almost Thanksgiving. And you can't tell me that there is nothing in your life, that there is nothing in your business that you can't be thankful for. Look, My team and I are having a really good year in 2014, and there's a lot of people out there who are doing the same. But there are many of you out there who are struggling in your business. And probably you're struggling in your life too, because I swear to you, you don't want to believe this. It is connected. You cannot be good at one thing. You cannot be good in life and not press forward and be good in business or in whatever you choose to do, whether it's a 9-to-5 job or a business. The point is, there is always a connection. Are you content? Do you try to find the high road on things? Do you not get sucked into the drama of everything? If you are not finding ways to be thankful every single day in your life, and look, a lot of us have got some things that are still going on that have happened. You heard me talk about it on my call the other night. You heard me talk about the fact that there is all kinds of. Sorry, my phone keeps going off. Keep trying to figure out what is going on. Here's the little thing. Trying to cut this son of a. There we go. Trying to cut it down. There is always stuff that's going on, or something. Somebody's gone through something similar or worse. We are not the only people who have lost loved ones in our lives. We are not the only ones who have people who are fighting cancer in our lives. We are not the only one who are losing team members on our team. We are not the only ones who are having orders that are not as high as we would like them to. We are not the only people who are striving really hard to hit President's Club, but you might just miss it. There's still time, but you might miss it. You don't give up because you don't quite miss a goal. You don't quit being thankful because you don't exactly get what you want in life, or a situation doesn't turn out how you want it to. But what you do is you better be thankful that you've come as far as you've come. And maybe dig deep and realize that the reason you've come as far as you have is because you figured out a new way to deal. Maybe you've even picked up a phrase or two. Onward, no matter what. How about nothing changes if nothing changes? Teresa Paul. What about the fact that it's just not all about you, Cupcake? How about, I'm sorry about the house that fell on your sister? Not always a good one to use, but I like to when I want to draw a laugh, right? The point is, certain things stick that help you go on. What I've really learned in the last 21 months of us having Onward open is this. I have learned that before, people used to just talk about their struggles and complain about them and just stay angry and just wanted to keep venting, and people wanted to keep it going. And look, we still got some of that going on out there, right? But this is what I'm seeing now. I'm seeing people say, I'm venting about this. Let me share what happened today. But this is how I see it. This happened today. But do you know what I say about that? I say onward, no matter what. I'm not quitting. That person's not going to get under my skin and make me quit my business. I am not going to give up on that relationship. I am going to keep doing what I need to do for my kids. I don't care if I have to stay in that job a little bit longer than I needed to because my business is not quite where I want it to be. I don't care that I haven't made that grade that I needed to make on that college thing. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because that's what I do. I'm not a quitter. I move onward. And while I'm thinking about it, maybe we need to have a plan. Maybe you need to figure out if you just fell short, or maybe you hit your goal and you just met it. The point is, what is your plan for your next goal? Or what is your plan to meet the goal you wished you had made? Or maybe now you need to readjust the sails a little bit and you need to flow in a different direction. You can do this. But we have to be thankful for the journey we're taking now. You have to be thankful for what you've gone through this year. You don't have to like everything you've gone through, but be grateful that you had to have learned something from it. And it's not always some positive thing, like I said, or, oh my God, I learned that and that's so great. No, sometimes it's, I learned that. And I know I never want someone to treat me that way again. Or how about, I learned that. And I'm not going to do that again at an event because that didn't work. Or how about, I learned to walk away from that remark. I didn't entertain it. That person wasn't in my best interest. And I walked away. I was the bigger person here. I didn't need to have the last word. I didn't need to know it all. But I know where I want to go. And I'm moving onward. That is what it's all about. So, whether this is Thanksgiving when you're watching this, or maybe it's 6 months, maybe it's summertime now and you're watching it, I want you to think back. Good, bad, great, terrible, pretty, ugly, whatever it is, indifferent. And I want you, when you've gone through something, to think, what can I be thankful for in this? How can I apply this to my life and my business? Because if we don't start applying the knowledge we learn, whether it's how we want to be, how we don't want to be, if we don't figure out new ways of what we want to do, if we do not live for today and be grateful for the fact that we drew another breath, be grateful that you made it through that last problem. Be grateful that your kids, you got them through that last big ordeal. Just when you thought there couldn't possibly be another ordeal, here they come and do it again. No, they're kids. It's going to happen. I know. Mine are 21 and 28, and there are still ordeals. Believe me. I get it. It ain't over just because they're younger, okay? Just so you know. But what about us as big kids? We're learning every day, right? Because look, if you're not learning, if you're not picking up some knowledge through experience or through reading something or following somebody or putting something into action, dude, you're stagnating. Don't stagnate. Grow, even if it's this much. Grow. Take some time for you. Suck in some knowledge. Watch some videos. Read a book. Get somebody out there who inspires you and mentors you. And maybe they've been through what you're going through, or you know you want to go and you want to do something great like you feel like they're doing. But listen, don't make the mistake of trying to be that person. Look, a lot of you consistently trying to convince me how great I am. Dude, I'm not great. I didn't even do my hair today, right? I got it in the ponytail and the hat and everything. Look, you don't want to be Molly Stone, babe. You want to be the best you that you can be. You don't want to be you are, Molly Stone, babe. No, you don't. You think you do, but you don't. And in order for you to have some of the things that I've had or be where I'm at, you'd have to walk my journey. And some of my journey, I wouldn't wish on anybody. God is meant for us to have our own journey, to find our own way. And as similar as we are in so many ways, all of us, our journeys just differ, but yet some things bring us together and they bond us. And that is why Onward is so great. And that is why Avon is so great. And all these friendships that we've made, and some of us we have never met before. But isn't it great to have the support that we have? I mean, you may have a mama here who does a lot of tough love going on, but believe me, it hurts me more than it hurts you. Remember Mom used to say that? she'd be beating my tail, and she'd say, "This hurts me as bad as oh." And I'm thinking, no, girl, it could not possibly hurt you as much as it's hurting me. Yes, it does. Because when I see people make mistakes, the same ones over and over and over again, and they're looking for answers they're never going to find because the answer's right in front of them. How do you do this? How do you do that? How do you get successful? How do you do that? The deal is you just don't quit. The deal is you quit working the business. The deal is when you quit working the business, ain't nothing going to go nowhere. The deal is if you want to be better in life, you got to be better. You got to move forward. You got to know where you want to go. You're going to fall down. You're going to get back up, and you're going to keep at it. You're going to wipe the tears away, wipe the dirt off your knees. You're going to get up, and you're going to keep going, because the difference between you not being where you want to go and me being or going where I want to go is I am determined. I will not get up till I get there. I'm a senior executive unit leader, but now Avon has given me a new goal. I need to become a national senior executive, and I am going to make that happen with the hard work of my team, partnering with them to be successful, supporting them in their journey and their causes. That is what we do. We do that in this business. And as you know from Onward, I don't just support my team, I support my adopted team too. All my adopted, right now there's what, close to 8,600 of you in this group and growing. But that is what Lee Bibb and I do. We can't make you successful, but we can absolutely give you the information to take and use it and put your actions to work and become successful, not overnight, not in a week, not in a month, and not in a year. But with those actions over and over again, along with all the other things all those marvelous representatives are sharing in there, quit trying to figure out what thing is the best. Try a little of everything, and when something starts working, you want to keep doing that. And when something else is working, you want to keep doing that. There is no one action that's going to get you where you want to go. It is many actions put into action every single day you choose to work your business. Success isn't about a timeline. Success is about where you want to get in the time frame that's good for you, not where I think you should be, where you want to be. We are here. Don't get caught up with being like that other person you see. You see somebody titles this person or that person. Oh my gosh, they're doing better than me. I got to get what's wrong with my team. And next thing you know, you're beating your team up. You don't want to do that. That's not going to get you anywhere. It actually is going to hurt you. You have got to keep going in the right direction. Your success may not go as quick as somebody else's. Mine certainly didn't. I mean, my gosh, 10 years in the business, and it took me 6 years to title to senior. And for the first year, we really immensely struggled. Your journey is your own. Hi, Bibster. What would you like? Come here. No. You can't come in and wave. Get back here. Come on. You got You got to put your word of advice in here, Bibster. Come on. You can't come in and wave and then do that. Come on. Bend down here. What? Talk to the peeps and tell them what is your word of advice for ending the year here. Come on.
In big.
What'd you say?
In big.
In big. He is a man of few words, but when he speaks loudly. Okay, well, we're going to cut this off. It's been a good 23 minutes, 24 minutes spent with you. So that is the deal. Don't get caught up with everybody else's success. Stay focused on your own. Stay focused on your own journey. Stay focused on the success rate, the success timeline that's good for you. Some people have kids. Some people don't have kids. Some people are taking care of brothers and family members and going through all kinds of rough stuff. This is about your journey. Quit comparing your journey to everybody else's. Move forward. If you didn't get as far as you wanted to get by now, it doesn't mean you can't get there. It just means you're not there yet. Okay? So let's end this by saying onward no matter what. If you're getting ready to celebrate Thanksgiving, have a happy Thanksgiving, and don't forget all those things you have to be thankful for, even the bad things. And if you're watching this and it's after Thanksgiving, have a good summer, spring, whatever it is, because I don't know when you're watching it, but this applies for the entire year. And we will talk to you soon, okay? Talk to you later. Bye, peeps.